Hey there once again, this is Mike Kim. Welcome to my Diablo 3 channel. And today we are going to be talking about the wizard and how they will be able to perform in PvP. As of Diablo 3 beta, it's difficult to tell which direction the wizard fits well in a PvP situation. As always, different builds work well for varying individuals. That being said, there is no one style of play. One example is the glass cannon build, which is able to kill enemy players in a matter of moments but leaving the wizard defenseless soon after, and another would be to outlast your opponent by using utility skills which control an area and opens a window of opportunity for your teammates to deal the killing blow. Now I'm not sure how PvP is going to be dealt with in Diablo 3. When I joined the beta there was no access to PvP. But from what I've heard from people that have played it in BlizzCon, they say that most of it will be 4 versus 4 or 3 versus 3 or something like that. So most of the time I'd say if you're going to PvP, you'll probably be in a group. So you would probably also be able to choose what role you're going to be playing. So for example, if I have a barbarian in my group, it might be prudent for me to take a step back and play the utility role or support role as compared to the damage dealer or killer in the group. So I went ahead and created this build. If you watched my previous video on the Barbarian PvP skill build, I mentioned that one of the most important aspects of PvP is mobility and being able to apply pressure to your opponents. Once again, you need to recognize what your role is. So in this build, I went the support role. Playing a support role in a group is never easy, as you'll find players tend to focus you down first, as without your support your group may very well crumble. Being able to dominate a battlefield more often than not wins games. So here I picked for my active skills Archon. Now we haven't heard that much about Archon at all, other than it giving you powerful Archon abilities. The only ones I've seen is probably from BlizzCon itself, where I saw arcane missiles, but that's about it. I'm not too sure, but either way I picked this up because of the Alabaster Runestone, which increases the it casts an explosion, point blank aerial effect near you within 15 yards to all enemies dealing arcane damage. And in addition, I have Temporal Flux, which when you deal arcane damage slows down enemies by 30 seconds. What this does is, as opponents are coming close to you, especially barbarians and monks, I would say they would be able to take you down fairly easily. All you have to do is cast Archon, which is a 2-minute cooldown, which is pretty long. However, it lasts for 15 seconds. What it will do is it deals damage to them and it slows them down by 30%, and you are able to move away. And if that isn't enough, I have Wave of Force, which I picked up. 25 arcane power, the cooldown on 15 seconds. With the Alabaster Runestone, it knocks enemies back and it stuns them. So when I'm being focused down by melee enemies, this will help. It ties in pretty well with Hydra as well, as I can plant it right in between me and my enemies as I knock them back and stun them for 3.5 seconds. If you'll notice, my Hydra, I picked up Alabaster Runestone again, which forces the Arcane Hydra to deal arcane damage, which is up to 24.4% of weapon damage, which once again synergizes with Temporal Flux to slow them down. This is an assumption, of course, because it says here, whenever you deal arcane damage, Hydra is a separate, it looks like a tower that you plant on the ground, and it'll just continuously attack enemies that are within range of it. So this is if you get picked off by enemy melee players, and if you are not being focus fired, you also have Ray of Frost, which I took the Golden Runestone, which makes it 0 arcane power. So this will be something that you can cast if you do not have to move. What it does is it slows target's movement by 40% and attack speed by 30%. This will help you support your team from getting burst down too quickly. Of course, you'll have to worry about gap closers. There is the Barbarian's Leap, and if I'm not mistaken, he has a charge. I'm not too sure, But for that reason, I also picked up Diamond Skin with the Indigo Runestone, which increases the duration of Diamond Skin by 9 seconds. What it does is it absorbs up to 14828 damage from incoming attacks for within 3 seconds, but increased to 9 seconds here. The thing you need to know is these runestones are level 4 right now, and from what Blizzard says, they might have runestones up to level 7, but it hasn't been mentioned yet. And as with my other two builds, I also picked up Teleport here, which is on a 16-second cooldown. It allows you to teleport up to 35 yards away, and after casting Teleport, there is a 1.2 second delay where you can keep casting it until the cooldown begins. I'm not sure how many jumps you can make using this, but some people are telling me that you can make up to 4 to 5 jumps from the forums I've read and from the friends that I've spoken to that actually went to the BlizzCon. But even if Wormhole isn't as great as it sounds, I mean there are other options such as Reversal and Fracture, which will actually summon 2 mirror images, which will kind of confuse your enemies. I'm not sure, because if your mirror images take a bit of damage, they'll immediately notice that that's not the correct one and they'll come after you. For passive skills, if you're worried about melee, I picked up Blur, which decreases melee damage taken by 20%. This can of course be changed with anything else if you see fit, but personally I think as a wizard, melee will probably crush you as a wizard, because the damage they deal in melee range is astounding. Here I have Illusionist. Whenever you suffer more than 15% of your life in a single hit, which we don't know if it's possible yet, the cooldowns on Mirror Image and Teleport are automatically reset, which I have Teleport right here. I did not pick up Mirror Image, and I can blink or teleport away immediately. The cooldown is 16 seconds, so if you teleport and an opponent jumps on you and crits you, for example, for 15% of your total HP, let's say you have 1000 HP and they deal 151 damage, that would mean your teleport could immediately be used right away once again. This is useful in the sense where you will be able to continuously keep mobile, as well as slow down your enemies if they choose to switch targets from you to another of your teammates. This is Mike Kim, thanks for watching.